Well, this is an exciting day for us. We'd like to welcome a new member of our team. Anna Witte is a sports host and reporter covering everything from hoops to football for ESPN and Charleston Southern Athletics. She is now going to be a familiar face to all of you, covering our city and all the wonderful people in it. Anna, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and be on the show with you.
Well, we're so excited to have you here. And as a member, as someone who's going to be going out there and chasing after some stories for us, so how different is it, do you think it's going to be for you to cover kind of just average people as opposed to athletes?
I think it'll be different, but I think at the end of the day, it's all the same. I love being able to go into the lifestyle, go into more human interest side of things. Sports is really fun, and I enjoy the aspect of games and being able to speak to the knowledge of stats, but this will bring out a whole different side, which will be exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited myself. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm originally from North Carolina. I'm from Raleigh. Grew up playing soccer, played soccer at Penn State. Soccer is my main sport, but I also enjoy covering football and basketball, and I love fitness, I love food, I love trying different things, and just being in Charleston for a year and a half now. So I've known and seen some of the popular things and different things to do, so I just kind of like exploring.
So the time that you've been here so far, do you have any favorite things you like to do here? What is your favorite part of Charleston life?
Favorite part of Charleston, I really like walking down King Street and seeing different pop-ups, seeing what stores and restaurants pop up. I think going to different restaurants, trying different things. I love all types of food is one of my other favorite things as well. And also being at the beach, because we're in Charleston,
Absolutely.
So you can't beat it.
No, you can't beat it at all. But what makes Charleston so special is a lot of the culture that's here, and you had the opportunity of going out and exploring a little bit of what that's all about. So why don't you tell us what your first story for us is going to be?
Yes. It was so fun to go out to John's Island, and we sat down with Candice Herriott. She took us through all the different things of what you need to know about an oyster roast, when you go to one, when you host one, and we had an absolute blast. And we had a lot of fun eating too. The temperatures are dropping in the Lowcountry, which means it's oyster roast season. I'm Anna Witte, joined by food extraordinaire Candice Herriott. We're going to talk about what you need to host an oyster roast, what an oyster roast is, and what you need to wear when you attend one. So Candice, we have a full spread out here today, but before we start talking about oysters, who do you go to when you are looking to host an oyster roast?
The very first thing is wanting to get local oysters. I mean, there's nothing better than Lowcountry oysters. There just isn't. The saltiness and the brininess, it's unparalleled. It's one of the things we're known for, along with shrimping. These specifically are from Lowcountry Oyster Company. They are from the East Basin.
They all look so different. How do you know when an oyster is a good one and maybe when there's a bad one?
So a bad one, I don't see one yet, but a bad one is going to be one that after it's been steamed is really tightly closed. So you want them, when you're going to be taking one, you want to get your handy dandy oyster knife, and you want to be able to kind of just pop that top off. And it should just easily open. A true lover of oyster roast is going to want it to just be slightly steamed so it starts to pop and you crack it open. So it's really juicy and plump.
Like we said off the top, the colder months, when the temperature goes down, normally when people host their oyster roast. Why is that?
I think historically what's been kind of the perception is it has to be an R month. So it has to be months that end in an R. October, November, December. It has to do with timing, is being able to harvest them and how quickly can you get them into a cold environment.
Once you have the oysters in your hands, you get them from one of the awesome people in town that source them. What do you do with them next?
The big thing is like you want them to just get on something hot. So you can do them on a grill, you can do them on a fire pit. Today we've done them on a fire pit. We also can do it on a propane tank, steamer, pot, put them on, and usually it's somewhere between 8 to 10 minutes. Some of the things that are kind of like essential items for an oyster roast: oyster shucking knife, lemons, gloves, towel. You have to have saltine crackers, hot sauce, cocktail sauce, a mignonette, horseradish sauce.
Why must you have the saltine crackers?
Oh, it's like the right crispness and the right amount of salt.
So you shuck the oyster and now it's out, put it on top of the cracker.
Yep, and I think what we should do for you is we probably should do some cocktail sauce. I think you'd probably like that. Okay, and then you just
eat it. Okay. A whole ham?
I mean, if you can, yeah, get it, girl.
It's really good.
Yeah.
What are all the ways you can cook and eat an oyster?
Raw, steamed, fried, grilled, baked, charred. What you feeling?
What's your favorite?
all oysters. Anything and everything oysters, honestly.
You can wear jeans, a sweater, you're wearing a t-shirt. Doesn't really matter, but if someone asked you, hey, what do I wear if it's 60, 55 degrees outside, I just got invited to an oyster roast?
I would say just be comfortable. Whatever you're comfortable in, whatever's, layers this time of year, right? So like I have a vest and I have a sweatshirt in the back of my car at all times, and warmer pair of shoes, because as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature drops. So
the second most important thing too is what to put on the side. What should people bring if they want to pair with oysters?
I mean, I think something easy like cornbread or peel and eat shrimp or shrimp cocktail is really great. The quintessential beverage is either going to be kind of beer or bourbon.
What is the normal way to dispose of the oyster shell when you're done?
People think you can just throw them in the marsh. Unfortunately, if you do that, you're kind of contaminating the water, because you've got like all these little like particles left. And the proper way to do it is find an oyster recycling center. There's several throughout the Lowcountry. DNR does an amazing program of making sure that it's accessible to people. Go dump them.
How much should you expect to spend money if you're going to host one?
If a bushel is going to be somewhere between $50 and $65. True oyster lovers, this will probably feed like 10, 15 people. If you have a lot more other food, it's going to kind of more be supplemented in.
Let's talk about all the cool things that you brought with you.
Oh, I thought you meant we could keep eating.
Yeah, no, that's what I want to keep doing. I'm here to eat.
See like this cute little crab right here? That's actually a sign of good luck in the Lowcountry. This one's pretty much ready to go. Right, so give it a pop. There you go.
There it is.
You can just dip it in. I would try that, that mignonette sauce.
Coconut.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice vinegar base. It's got just like a fun profile to it. It's a little bit different than just a normal mignonette.
Really good. And you go to a restaurant, sometimes those oysters on a half shell are massive, and these are a little bit smaller. Why are they different?
It just depends on, honestly, how old they are, how much they've been grown out.
Brininess in oysters as well is a big thing that people talk about in South Carolina. Why are South Carolina oysters more briny than others?
The Pluff Mud with big clusters of oysters are a really good sign that the environment is really clean.
Look at me, I just got a crab in mine, so good luck for me. Let's go. That makes me happy. We've learned about different oysters, where you can go get them, what you need to wear to an oyster roast, how to prepare them, what kind of food and drinks that you need to bring. I'm Anna Witte with Fox 24 News Now. Enjoy the oyster roast season.
Our thanks to Anna Witte for that. When we return, dress up those oysters with something extra delicious, a line of delectable sauces you cannot pass up. We'll be right back.